Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News. I'm Haley McCrossin.
And I'm Chloe Thaler.
Voters will head to the polls tomorrow for the midterm elections.
Alabama voters will vote for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, Alabama chief justice, and secretary of state, among others.
The most popular race on the ballot is for governor. Incumbent Republican Governor Kay Ivey is running for her first full term after taking over for former Governor Robert Bentley. Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox is a Democratic candidate. Eagle Eye spoke with both about their campaigns.
Well, certainly most governors have 3 months to transition. I had 3 hours. But I was prepared as lieutenant governor, having been in that office for 6 years. And so I knew a lot about the issues. And one of the biggest things I needed to do was reestablish a working relationship with the members of the legislature with the executive branch. That had gone lacking for quite some time. So I certainly did that at the outset. And I focused on being effective and efficient and stabilizing the ship of state, if you will. And we interviewed all of our cabinet officers and made some adjustments there. Then I conducted a listen, learn, help, and lead tour around the state and listened to our people.
And taking the approach that this is about results and not about ideology, I think is needed in Montgomery because over the last 7 years, Alabama has continued to fall in every major category of life. And then we look at the corruption that has taken place with governor, Speaker of the House, House Majority Leader, and Supreme Court Justice all leaving either under indictment or a cloud of shame. Alabama deserves better than that, and I think we need a mayor who understands how to make everything work and do it in an honest and ethical fashion.
Lee County residents will also be voting for their next U.S. representative in a hotly contested race between incumbent Republican Mike Rogers and Democrat former Miss America Mallory Hagan. Both candidates spoke with Eagle Eye ahead of Tuesday's election.
We're going in the right direction economically, militarily, and otherwise. Don't mess up a good thing. And then the second part of that is
I have not even thought about this.
Saying they would do if they take power. Nancy Pelosi has already made it clear that if she takes power, they're going to spend time trying to impeach the president. They want to defund ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which is basically the federal police whose job it is to find people who are here illegally and remove them from the country, like MS-13 and other bad elements. And they want government-controlled health care. They want to have, they're now calling it Medicare for all, just take everybody and put them in the Medicare system.
I was asked to consider running, and my initial response was absolutely not, that's crazy. But the more I started looking at where our political climate is right now and how many people truly represent me in Congress, I started to reconsider that concept, and then I did a little bit of research and started talking with some people here in the Lee County Democratic Party, and we had a couple of meetings, and I started to really consider what this would look like for me and for my family, and how this could potentially change my career path. And it's something that I had always considered in the future. I always thought that I would run for office later down the road in life. And you know, I started looking at where we are today in our country, and I feel like we're at a bit of a turning point, and I wanted to be a part of that conversation and this turning point in history.
Voters will also choose between Republican incumbent John Merrill and Democratic candidate Heather Milam for Secretary of State.
Now, I'm the 53rd Secretary of State, but the Code and the Constitution give more than 1,000 assigned duties and responsibilities to the person that holds this role. Those include, but are not limited to, the things we've concentrated on the most since I've been in office and the things that we focused on when I was campaigning, which are election administration, which includes voter registration, campaign finance reform, campaign finance review, all the things related to the election system. Then business and corporations, licensing, trademarking like you described earlier. And last but not least, international adoptions. And we concentrated on those 3 areas because those are the 3 areas our office deals with that most directly impact the lives of Alabamians on a daily basis.
Also, being a lifelong Alabamian, I care deeply about my state. In fact, I jokingly sometimes say I'm madly in love with this state, but I truly am, and I want her to be the best she can be. And you know, I always thought that I might go into some type of public service. And certainly November of 2016, I think, expedited a lot of individuals' desires, especially women, to seek a public office because we thought, you know what, it's time for the government to work for the people. And I thought, well, if not now, then when? And if not me, then who?
House seat 79 is up for re-election. The House seat represents the Auburn area. Incumbent Joe Levern won the seat in a 2016 special election following the conviction of former Representative Mike Hubbard. Democratic nominee is Mary Wynn King.
I've tried to focus on healing with our district because our district went from the #1 position in the House of Representatives to the 105th position overnight. And so I've been trying to build bridges down there and try to regain some of the clout, if you will, to make sure that our district is remembered and taken care of when it comes to budget time, to policy procedures. And I tell people over there, my job is to worry about the future. The legal system is taking care of the past, and I've just focused on the future with all my conversations and within any legislation I've dealt with.
I'm running because I want to represent the people of District 79. All of my contributions have come from individuals. I've taken no PAC money, no business money, and that is really important to me in this race because too many people in this district feel like their voice isn't being represented, and I'm here to represent those voices.
Tomorrow, they will not only be deciding who will represent them in the offices, but also on several amendments to the state constitution. Amendment 1 would allow the display of the 10 Commandments on state or public school property. This comes more than 15 years after former Alabama Supreme Court Justice Roy Moore was removed from office for refusing to remove a monument from the commandments on a state judicial building.
Amendment 2 would make protecting the rights of the unborn as the official public policy of the state. The amendment would move to eliminate public funding in the state. The right to abortion is still protected by the U.S. Supreme Court under Roe v. Wade.
Make sure you are prepared to vote tomorrow by checking out your local poll locations at www.vote.org.
Make sure to tune in to Eagle Eye TV tomorrow night for our midterms election show with all the latest details on the races. And be sure to check our website, eagleeyeauburn.com.
After the break, take a look at President Trump's rally yesterday.
You are watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
This is a place where it only takes a second to imagine your future. Grasp a new concept in class. Inspire a child's curiosity. Discover a real-world solution. Seize an unexpected opportunity.
There goes Davis!
This is where you gain the preparation, confidence, and determination to succeed. This is Auburn.
So, kinda new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
With one day left until midterm elections, President Donald Trump stopped in Macon, Georgia to show his support behind Republican candidate and Secretary of State Brian Kemp.
Thank you very much, Georgia. This is like being at a Georgia football game.
President Donald Trump gave his closing arguments in Georgia Sunday ahead of Tuesday's midterm elections. During his speech, Trump touted his administration's achievements, making specific references to the economy and the military.
America now has the best economy in the history of our country. And it can be destroyed very quickly. $716 billion, and last year, $700 billion to fully rebuild our great United States military.
President Trump also urged rally attendees to vote Republican in order to keep his priorities on the front line.
Trump is also hoping that Republicans can keep control of the House of Representatives and the United States Senate. Republicans also have challenges in many statewide races, including here in Georgia, where GOP nominee Brian Kemp faces a tough challenge from Democratic State Representative Stacey Abrams. Reporting from Macon, Ken Ward, Eagle Eye TV.
Today, Auburn's new members of the City Council were officially sworn in.
I state your name. I, solemnly swear. That I am eligible. For the office of state your office. And will execute the duties of same. According to the best of my ability. And that I will support the constitutions. And will obey the laws of the United States. And of the state of Alabama. That I will in all respects. Observe the provisions. Of the ordinances of the city of Auburn. And will faithfully discharge the duties. Of the office. Of City Council. Congratulations.
Each of you for being here and sharing this moment with all of us. There's many family and friends here that have been supportive along the way, and we're proud that you're here. Congratulations to the members of the City Council, and I look forward to serving with you over the next 4 years.
I think the role of this council will be to have more constituent input, and we're working towards that with some key stakeholder strategic planning groups, and Ron will discuss, the mayor will discuss more of that at tomorrow night's meeting, I suspect. And just really, I think the message of this last campaign was just having more input from the citizens, and I know this council is fully engaged in that mission, and that's really our goal, is to help engage the citizenry even further and be more accessible as a government.
The first full council meeting will be Tuesday at 7 p.m.
This week's Pet of the Week is Janelle. Janelle is almost 3 years old and has been spayed and vaccinated. She is very smart and loves to learn new tricks. She enjoys being outside and meeting new people, but is shy around other dogs.
She has been in the shelter since June. Janelle is available for adoption at the Lee County Humane Society.
After the break, see what a Goodwill employee finds in their store.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Please direct your attention to the flagpole for a special presentation.
You never really leave Auburn, because Auburn never leaves you.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis.
45, there goes Davis! Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.
A Goodwill employee in Texas was collecting clothes at a sorting center and surprisingly found an albino python clinging to the side of a bin. They said the python was in a pile of clothes when the worker discovered it.
Manager James Murphy was unsure if it slithered away from its owner and was accidentally dropped off with their donations, or if it was intentionally donated. The python had a great trip, as it was one of about 40 Goodwill donation drop-offs prior to being transported to the Fort Worth sorting center.
Goodwill's staff will take care of the python until the owner claims it or a permanent home is found.
That's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in with us each Monday and check our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, for all the latest Auburn headlines. I'm Chloe Thaler.
And I'm Haley McCrossin. Thanks for joining us in War Eagle.